Welcome to the Music Specialist Speaks. I'm Alan Johnston. For decades, I've been in the trenches of this industry. Today, I want to talk about the greatest story I know, the complete and total reinvention of the music business. The blueprint we all grew up with is gone, completely, and I lived through the revolution. Let's start where a song is born, the studio. When I started, you had to be a musician. You had to really play. You and your band had to perform a song perfectly from start to finish in one take. If the drummer messed up at the 3-minute mark, you started all over again. It was about capturing a performance. Then came multi-track recording. This was the first earthquake. Now we could record the bass, then the drums, then the guitar, then the vocals, all separately. We could fix mistakes. We could build a song like a building, brick by brick. It changed everything. But the real tsunami was the computer. Suddenly, you didn't need to know how to play a guitar. You just needed a sample of a guitar. You could pull a drum loop from a library, a bass line from another record. The barrier to entry evaporated. Now, this was called the death of creativity by some purists, but I saw it differently. It was a democratization. It shifted the power from just the musicians to the producers, the architects of sound. The tools changed and the art followed. Now, you've made your song. How does the world hear it? For most of the 20th century, the answer was simple. Radio, the kingmaker. And let me tell you a story about how that started. The story, as told to me by the man himself, Dave Clark. He was a band leader in Memphis, scheduled to play on the radio. His band wasn't ready. So, not wanting to lose his shot, he took a hand-wound bell-shaped record player, stuck the radio microphone into the bell, and played a recorded cylinder while his band got it together. From that single moment of improvisation, black music on the radio began to grow. But that scrappy beginning quickly became a big corporate machine, and with that came payola, a word that's a contraction of pay and Victrola. It was the simple, greasy practice of paying a DJ to play your record. It was so common it led to congressional hearings in 1960, taking down giants like Alan Freed. But don't for a second think it went away. It just put on a suit and tie. It evolved into independent promotion, a legalized system where labels pay firms to influence station programmers. The game was, and in some ways still is, rigged. Radio created these rigid formats, top 40, urban, rock, that told you what to listen to. But then along came MTV. MTV made music visual. It was a new gatekeeper, sure, and at first it was overwhelmingly white and male. It took visionaries like the director Hype Williams to break that open. He created these extravagant multi-million-dollar video epics for artists like TLC and Missy Elliott. He didn't just make videos, he made cultural statements, and in doing so, he helped hip-hop muscle its way to the top of the food chain, effectively replacing rock as the dominant form of popular music. But the final and most devastating blow to the old system was the internet, Napster, MySpace, and eventually Spotify. They flipped the entire model on its head. We went from a push model, where I, the label, push music onto you, to a pull model, where you, the listener, go out into the digital universe and pull down exactly what you want. The gatekeepers were left standing at empty gates, and this digital revolution sparked the most important battle of the modern era, the fight over royalties. See, for 50 years, artist contracts were based on selling a physical thing, a vinyl record, a cassette, a CD. You got a small royalty, maybe 10-15% of the price, but then came the digital download, a song on iTunes, a ringtone, a stream on Spotify, and a massive legal question emerged. Is this a sale or is it a license? This isn't just legal jargon. This is about millions of dollars. A sale gives the artist a small cut, but a license is treated like renting your property, and the split is often a much more fair 50-50. This brings us to today, the new reality. The money isn't in selling records anymore. The money is in licensing. Your song is an asset. It generates revenue from streaming platforms, from being placed in a TV show or a movie that's called a sync, and from brand partnerships. Your catalog isn't just your art, it's your pension fund. So, what's the lesson in all of this? For any artist starting today, you are not just a singer or a guitarist. You are the CEO of your own small enterprise. You have to understand the business. You have to know about streaming algorithms, social media marketing, sync licensing, and brand deals. The industry hasn't just changed, it's been completely dismantled and rebuilt. It's more complex, more fragmented, but in many ways it's more open than it has ever been. The power is there for the taking. You just have to be savvy enough to grab it. That's all the time we have for this episode of The Music Specialist Speaks. If you have questions, find me at www.asha.com. Until next time.